For nearly the entire history of our planet, humanity has existed as a fragile spark of life, surviving against the odds. From our humble beginnings as small bands of hunter-gatherers wandering the plains of Africa, we have grown into a species capable of reshaping entire landscapes, building vast cities, and reaching beyond Earth into the cosmos. Yet in the grand timeline of the universe, we are but a flicker, just one moment in a story that stretches over 13.7 billion years. Think about it. All of human civilization, from the very first tool carved out of stone to the International Space Station orbiting above our heads, has occurred in what amounts to a cosmic blink of an eye. And while we have achieved remarkable feats, splitting the atom, walking on the moon, sequencing our own DNA, the question remains, how significant are we, really? On Earth, our progress feels monumental. But if there are civilizations out there that are thousands, millions, or even billions of years older than ours, where do we stand? What would it mean for us to encounter beings whose technology is as far ahead of us as we are ahead of the first humans who struck flint to make fire? In 1964, a Soviet astronomer named Nikolai Kardashev asked a bold question. How do we measure the true advancement of a civilization? At the time, humanity was just stepping into the space age, launching satellites, sending probes to nearby planets, and dreaming of voyages to the stars. But Kardashev wasn't thinking about just us. He was considering what an advanced alien civilization might look like, and more importantly, how we might recognize one if we ever encountered it. Kardashev realized that the best way to classify a civilization wasn't by its politics, culture, or even intelligence. It was by its energy consumption. After all, technology requires power, and the more advanced a species becomes, the more energy it will demand. From this idea, he created what is now famously known as the Kardashev scale, a method of ranking civilizations based on how much energy they are able to harness and control. The original scale included 3 levels: Type 1, Type 2, and Type 3. Each type represented a staggering leap in capability, moving from controlling the energy of a single planet to an entire star, and eventually an entire galaxy. Kardashev's framework transformed speculation about extraterrestrial life into something measurable, scientific, and profoundly exciting. Kardashev's scale is simple in design, yet mind-blowing in what it implies. It divides civilizations into 3 main categories, each defined by the amount of energy they can harness. A Type 1 civilization, also called a planetary civilization, has complete control over all the energy available on its home planet. That means everything, from harnessing wind, water, and geothermal heat to capturing the full power of sunlight that reaches the surface. For Earth, this would equal about 7x 1017 watts of energy. Humanity, for all our progress, hasn't even made it here yet. We're still classified as a Type 0 civilization, hovering around 0.7 on the scale. A Type 2 civilization takes an enormous leap forward. Instead of just a planet, it captures the total energy output of its host star. Imagine building colossal structures like a Dyson sphere, a swarm of solar collectors orbiting the sun, channeling all its energy to fuel a civilization. Then there's Type 3, a galactic civilization. These are beings that command the energy of billions of stars across their entire galaxy. To us, this seems like pure science fiction, but on Kardashev's scale, it's simply the next step in a natural progression of growth. So where do we stand on this grand scale of civilizations? Despite our satellites, space stations, and nuclear power plants, humanity is not yet a Type 1 civilization. In fact, we're only about 0.72 on the Kardashev scale, according to calculations by famed astronomer Carl Sagan. That means we still rely on fossil fuels, limited renewable sources, and haven't mastered the full energy potential of Earth. In cosmic terms, we are still in our technological adolescence. powerful enough to reshape the planet, but not yet wise enough to control it sustainably. Think about it. We've split the atom, walked on the moon, and sent spacecraft billions of miles into interstellar space. Yet we are still vulnerable to the forces of nature, volcanoes, earthquakes, hurricanes, and even asteroids. A true Type 1 civilization would have the ability to harness and regulate these natural powers, to manipulate weather, stabilize geology, and ensure survival against cosmic threats. Physicist Michio Kaku suggests that humanity may achieve Type 1 status within the next 100 to 200 years, assuming we survive long enough. It is both exciting and humbling to realize our species is standing at the threshold of a monumental transformation, one that will define our future. If reaching Type 1 status means mastering the power of a planet, then advancing to Type 2 and beyond pushes us into realms that sound almost impossible, but remain grounded in physics. A Type 2 civilization, for instance, would no longer be bound by the limitations of a single world. Instead, it would command the full energy output of its star. Imagine vast megastructures, Dyson swarms, orbiting the sun, each collecting sunlight and transmitting it to cities, starships, and colonies spread throughout the solar system. Wars over resources would become meaningless because the energy of an entire star would be at our disposal. But this is only the beginning. A Type 3 civilization would expand across the galaxy itself. They would treat solar systems the way we treat towns, mining planets, moving stars, even creating new worlds to suit their needs. Energy from quasars, pulsars, and black holes could be harvested with technologies we can only dream of. Entire civilizations might exist within artificial worlds, powered by the furnaces of galaxies. From our perspective, these feats sound like science fiction. Yet on the Kardashev scale, they are simply logical steps forward, natural milestones on the path of cosmic evolution. But here's where things get truly mysterious. If Type 2 and Type 3 civilizations are the natural next steps in technological growth, then where are they? The universe is nearly 14 billion years old, more than enough time for other intelligent species to have arisen, advanced, and colonized entire galaxies. Yet when we look out into the night sky, we don't see Dyson spheres or galactic empires. We see silence. Some scientists have suggested that maybe we have seen them. We just didn't recognize it. Consider the Bhuta's Void, a massive region of space almost 330 million light-years wide, strangely empty of galaxies. Statistically, thousands of galaxies should exist there, yet only a fraction have been found. Could such voids actually be the result of Type 3 civilizations, harnessing the energy of stars until the region appears dark and invisible to outsiders? Or perhaps advanced civilizations hide deliberately, masking their presence to avoid danger? This leads us straight into the heart of the Fermi paradox. If advanced civilizations are possible, why haven't we encountered them? The answer could reshape everything we think we know about life, survival, and our own future in the cosmos. So what does all of this mean for us? On the Kardashev scale, humanity is still a young species, barely crawling compared to the cosmic giants we imagine, but every breakthrough we achieve, from clean energy to space exploration, brings us one step closer to unlocking the full potential of our world, our star, and maybe even our galaxy one day. The question is, not just can we get there, but will we survive long enough to do it? Our future depends on whether we can overcome war, climate change, and resource scarcity to truly step into the role of a Type 1 civilization. When we gaze up at the stars, it's tempting to wonder if someone out there has already walked this path. Could there be civilizations so advanced that their galaxies appear empty to us, their energy fully consumed, their presence hidden from our view? Or are we alone, destined to become the first? What do you think? Are we on the edge of greatness, or on the brink of our own limits? Share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear your perspective. Until next time, stay curious, and keep looking up.